with the LPL team. So
Yes, yes.
I should have asked you first. God damn it! Why did I ask these assholes?
Exactly.
Forget everything that these assholes have said. Just based on what you think. Yes, Hugo.
I'm gonna pick on Stockholm Royal Club actually because
Oof.
as much as much as the track record saying, and I do think that like it's just let me think how should I say it? It's just because I do think that probably Insect is probably quite a little bit more emotional, but um it's just I think the group stage kind of demoralized EDG a lot. Like if they are not able, it really comes down to me myself. Comes down to if they can put their emotion back up, and I really find it hard without a psychologist. Yes, you have 2 weeks, and but it's really like that emotional, that mental state of that team is really made me questioning about their future performance. But and I just really think that gameplay wise, stylistically, because the way that you're gonna beat EDG is because their landing phase isn't that good. I know that EDG has played really like in the past, according to you guys, they have played like they really know how to deal with Storm Road Club, but I just somehow if myself without those background, I just think stylistically that early to mid game aggression is going to, you know, beat up EDG, and
And
I want to
again,
bet on that.
I
Yeah,
agree with you when all three teams are on point. Like I think that when all three teams are on point, there's a rock paper scissors,
Yeah.
and Starhorn beats EDG. But I don't think Starhorn's execution has been as good in the past as EDG's execution. Um,
I just want to EDG has Starhorn actually played well against EDG in the regional qualifier, I thought. And there were a few things that if they just had tweaked a little bit, then they would have won. But let's just remember that EDG has won 2 best of series against Starhorn so far. And this is coming off when Starhorn was strong too. Like Starhorn monstered LGD, a team that I love, right? Obviously they have PYL, they have XQ, the future of AD carry, and they have Wayless, the future of the mid lane. But so they monstered LGD. And I thought LGD was going to do well, so they were looking pretty good, in this group. But just, I don't think they have what it takes. I do think that EDG will be much more prepared for a Starhorn Royal Club specific strategy. So, yeah.
So what? Then we have White, EDG, Samson.
Are we predicting the whole playoffs right here? Let's just do that next week.
Because he's like, I really gotta get back to studying. Just take it up one more. Just EDG
if you guys are
versus
really
London.
curious, you can just go to ongamers.com and look at my bracket, and there you go.
We don't have Reasony on your bracket though.
I'm sorry, but
Not me either.
Well, I appreciate, I'm interested in what reason he has to say just because he isn't an LPL. Like, he doesn't have this history with these teams. So he's going in just based off of their group's performance, which is critical to me because this is what a lot of the Western world, actually, not just Western world, a majority of the world, this is all they know of these teams. And so that's what I find interesting. The fact that we all say EDG, he says Starhorn Royal Club. So if it's Starhorn Royal Club, okay, Reasoning, let's just ask you. If it's Starhorn Royal Club versus Najin White Shield, who do you think wins that?
Of course, Najin White Shield.
Okay.
I don't find I don't find that question hard at all.
And
Yeah, unfortunately, neither do we.
Fortunately.
yeah.
there. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to say? Because we covered it then.
No.
I like your
no
sass
fan
though,
question-
Kelsey.
This is like
No
so
fan
tired
questions.
I'm
Yeah,
very
I'm pretty tired.
sassy.
No fan questions. We can do like 5 minutes of fan
I don't
questions.
have
no?
the Twitch chat pulled up in front of me, so
I
it would
do.
have to be you guys.
Yeah, it'd be if you
Then-
give it. If people want to ask
Yeah.
questions, go ahead.
Ask questions.
This is already the longest
Well,
episode of China Talk
really
ever.
No,
By
it's not.
far.
Questions.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
By
not. Dude. The
far it
episode
is.
11 was really long.
Yeah, what are
Really?
you talking about?
This is like over
No,
2
this
hours
is 2 hours over. Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was
Well,
just an hour.
we're professional.
No,
now.
we're at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh
now.
my god, look at these whiners. Just I
I'm
can't
not
even,
Hey,
I
I'm
can't even
fine.
get over this.
I'm going fine.
They don't even want to go all the way to the top. Like first episode
I'm
on Ongamer, it's
ready
like
to
we
question-
already talked about this. You know, like,
Come on, the questions
Hey,
are coming.
no,
are we there yet?
Oh,
Mom?
hold on,
I'm
hold
taking
on,
questions.
hold
I'm taking
on.
question.
I don't think that is. How many push-ups do you do per day? No. Loveland is Mosquito.
Good
Is
question,
Monte Cristo
Sivo.
Kelsey's boyfriend? No. Why is Kelsey so sassy? Kelsey's just a sass monster, dude. Will Dada 7 be replaced? Dada 7 should be
He
replaced.
should be replaced. They
Yeah.
have
Michael,
Xion.
you're-
Historically, Dada
Michael,
7
team
has
that's
a
in a
really long
professional
track
scene.
record. on
Michael,
the
you're
team.
better at this than I am. You have to choose one question.
Okay.
Do you think TSM has a chance to take a game off Samsung White? That's interesting. No, I don't. And that's not any disrespect to TSM, but Samsung White is they might
So
even
good.
be better than SK. Actually, no, that's not true. But Samsung White is really, really, really good right now, and I think they're the best team in the world. They're the reason to win the tournament for a reason. I think Samsung White could 3-0 Najin White Shield. That's how good they are. The only matchup that I would be worried about is the Samsung Blue matchup, because when you have team kills, that always gets a little bit interesting. Kelsey, Mike, Frosk, Rizoni, you can. Wait.
While you guys are trying to find like another question, I do want to.
Oh, wait. Question for Frosker. How do you think Yellow Star's dad feels when you talk about his son's Leon?
Oh my god.
Well, he should be very proud because I
really good.
talked up his Leona. I think I made the
that's
statement
good.
that his Leona, who I thought was one of the best Leona players in the world, so.
Who's the cutest player at Worlds? Watch?
Watch?
Or
She
Uzi?
performed better than you thought in the groups.
Uh,
Probably AHQ. Everybody
Laura.
thought A was completely free.
Actually, you is adorable.
Oh,
I think
Man.
Koro's kind of cute.
I think Name has this evil genius.
Not like in an attractive way, but just as like a cute
Which Western
little.
team has the best chances at winning worlds if all their players.
Okay,
show up.
here are two questions
Cloud9.
which I think are good. One question is I'll just read out the questions in succession.
I think
One
TSM
is
is playing better than Cloud9 as far as
One
North
is,
American
do you think
players. Not just
LMQ
playing better,
has-
but it has more potential.
One question is, do you think LMQ has a chance to take games off of the other people? And two, how far do you think SK would have gone with Sven in 6 games? I think SK might have.
Make out of groups.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
would have got second with
Yeah.
Sven.
I think they
It
would have gotten out
depends.
second.
Just because in a best of 5, I
But
would
I
take
also-
TSM over SK. In a best of 5, I would
Yeah,
take TSM
That's
over
what I'd say
SHRC.
too.
But
feel
this
like
best of 1 format is really fucking with TSM because I don't think it's their best format. And the
I
second
would
question. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Kelsey.
I would say the same thing about LMQ and OMG. Like, I think maybe even LMQ would have a chance to take a game off OMG just because OMG is really slow to adapt. Like, best of 5 is OMG's format.
Mm.
But I don't know if they're going to make it into a best of 5. Like, I know I keep going back and forth on this, and obviously my stance is is that OMG will make it out, but
Any
I think
conversation that I have
obviously
with
you can
Kelsey,
see
I-
how much I'm agonizing over this, just because I think about like the fact that OMG hasn't been adapting especially quickly.
Well,
Yeah.
I wanna, because I find that surprising, because like LMQ to me is really just. I thought they wouldn't have any games off. Like they couldn't.
I don't
take any games
don't
off
think
at all.
I don't think they will, like, ultimately, but I think that there is a chance just because of how much OMG has been struggling to find a
Right.
cohesive. But I don't think that they will. But I think it's a lot more possible than I would have thought, like, even 4 weeks ago or something. So
Any other questions, guys?
Fair.
Nothing?
I kind of
Uh-oh.
want to address the whole like, what do you think about Lucian pick at Worlds? I don't think it's as bad as people are ripping on it for.
I
Well, yeah,
cannot
it's a strong
stand the
pick.
Lucian pick.
I think it's a good pick.
I
It's
think
better than Corki.
I think next to Tristana, it
Perhaps.
just makes sense. I don't know.
Exactly. Well, Lucian is really a good. Like if your team is really focusing on early to mid, you want to just go for that dragon fight or go for that mid game stage. Well, mid game stage is not so much now because of his range, but he's only good at early to mid game like Corki. And you want to play like Corki, you want to dominate that lane. You don't want to lane swap with Lucian. If you want to go for late game, like a lot of people are doing it, you just go for Tristana. You just go for Tristana.
I don't think any of the Chinese teams should pick it. Like, I don't even
No.
think Yuzi. I mean,
Oh yeah,
actually,
I totally
Yuzi,
agree there.
No.
No, and that's where
Lucian is actually really good, and they play fast enough games. But I just think that Uzi can be as aggressive early with
Skill.
later scaling champions, just because he's good enough in lane. So he shouldn't pick it anyway.
I just don't want to see Nami on Lucian. Sorry.
Should be playing Kog'Maw. He plays a good Kog'Maw.
Yeah,
He should be playing
Kog'Maw,
Jinx.
Should be playing Jinx and
playing
Kog'Maw.
stuff like that.
I really hope Cool at least play, or not Cool. That'd be weird. I hope
San?
San plays
Kog'Maw?
Yeah.
I hope
I
San
hope
plays
Son
Twitch.
plays Kog'Maw, yeah.
I hope he plays Kog'Maw.
So-
He's Kog'Maw, I think, is undefeated.
His Kog'Maw is ridiculous. Like, his Kog'Maw he's had 2, like, games where he's broken 10 kills and either hasn't died or only died once, so.
I want to see Twitch. I think his Twitch is really good.
I think Son's Twitch is good too. But
Nami's Twitch is so godly.
Name's Twitch is
Myself.
really good.
Yeah.
But
If not-
Name's
if Name-
Jinx.
If Nami plays Twitch in playoffs and sucks with it, I'm just gonna like cry and be like, "No, you guys
Yeah.
don't understand. I swear to
more
God,
or less.
you guys just don't
If he
understand."
plays,
He
watch him,
initiates fights with Jinx or with Twitch Zillion. It's amazing.
watch him pick up Jinx and be awful. Like, I think his Jinx it might even be his best champion just because I think his Jinx is ridiculously godly, so.
What is one champ you want to see in Worlds that you haven't seen? Has Ari been played yet?
Jesus.
I want to see
Oh, just
Mata's
like-
Nar support, dude.
Yeah.
What champion do you want to be seen by someone who can actually play it?
I want to see the Mata Star.
That was too
Oh
mean.
my god.
I want to see Mata get Alistar, and I want to watch it. He's okay. I just want to. I feel like the casters did not talk enough about this. The first game against EDG, when he hits a max range tidal wave on 3 members of EDG from behind the Baron pit to win that team fight, that was like
was so
some
good.
that was some faker level shit. Like when I saw that, I went nuts. How does that guy? He didn't need to 1v5 EDG because obviously like Dandy and Looper were playing amazing. Of course, like Imp's going off, he's able to like split. Like I'm not saying that Mata 1v5'd entirely like Carrot, Samson, White, but the fact of the matter is, even if his team wasn't there, I feel like Mata could have because he did. It was like insane.
I'm also pretty convinced that we will see. Someone in chat mentioned Jace. I think we'll see a little more Jace, and I also do think
Oh,
that we'll.
man.
Yeah, and I do think that we'll see Gnar in the top lane once time because he with the buffs that he's gotten. Wait, are we playing the patch where he's gotten the buffs? Or no?
I still think it's 4.
Are you in at 14?
4.14?
So
Still-
4.14 through the whole playoffs, through the whole worlds.
I don't think they'll
I-
change it.
Why would they
mid-
randomly?
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like,
Actually,
okay, it's
yeah.
Then
semifinals.
yeah,
let's-
then they're not. Gnar's too weak then. But with the additional
Yeah.
buffs, Gnar is pretty strong and competitive. Yeah, more
NPS?
Vayne is always nice.
I would love to see Jinx. We haven't seen Jinx yet. Have
Yeah,
we?
we haven't. No, we did see Jinx from
Yeah.
HQ.
Oh, okay.
HQ. We've seen Jinx, we've seen Ari. It's good
Can I
times.
just add
Darn it,
one
devil.
thing before we end?
Go, Reasoning.
Like, I really want people, like, whoever is watching this, if you're watching this show, when you're watching Mata, don't look at his vision only. Like, when he plays so many words, he's so naturally squishy, yet he still takes the least damage out of all the members in every single game. You want to watch his positioning in team fights, how he makes big plays without taking damage. Please watch that. Mata is a god. That's all I want to say. Yes. Yes.
Actually, I want to answer this one quick if we're going to close. Are any of you salty that you weren't asked to be on the analyst desk? On a personal level, no. However,
Yes.
I'm a little disappointed that there wasn't a lot of reach out from Riot in terms of developing stronger knowledge in the LPL scene. I will give a shout out to Deficio, though, who is very adamant about reaching out personally and trying to take notes. So,
No, I agree. Deficio personally contacted me through Skype and like email, and I think he contacted I think everyone in the gauntlet,
Yep.
like the Chinese scene, and like got like huge, and it really reads in his cast and the things that he
Not
says.
me.
Like Deficio knows, like when he says something, like he has been educated. He took the time to educate himself and to like really reach out and do the proper footwork there.
yep, props to Deficio. Good guy.
Yeah.
Deficio didn't reach out to me. I guess I'm not part of the Chinese gauntlet anymore. Makes
Sorry,
me sad.
man.
It's because you're Korean.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh,
this
got it.
is true.
We got.
I'm like the Aaron of my generation. I've finally been exposed, dude. I've been seeking
I always
out-
love it when people are like, "Can you get that Chinese guy on your show?" To there's no Chinese guy on our show. We're called China Talk, and
Yeah, now we have a Taiwanese guy and we have a Korean, and it's even more confusing on this episode. So
we just need to get Ryan Louis back on, man.
yeah.
It's like at least one of these days.
Okay.
yeah, he's
He was in
busy
top
with
eight.
all of his important Chinese journalist stuff. Where
Do you
nothing-
guys have any other closing statements or things that you want to talk about at all?
Closing statement. Shout out to Reasony. Thank you for coming on, man. You've been very insightful, and This dude's Twitter has been popping. Like his Twitter follower gain has been exponential over the past few. So I'm looking for the rising Twitter stars of tomorrow. And second of all, I think our max for China Talk ever before has been 600 or 500 to 600, right?
We have
It was
800.
we had 800
was-
last week, yeah.
Oh, when I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, we had
Or
like
Did
we had
Thomas
like
Watson?
1,300 peak today though, so that was cool.
Thomas
So
Watson
thank you,
dude, was
chat.
so attractive, dude. But anyways, thank you On Game. Special shout out to On Gamers. I assume that it's Draven and Hunter who gave us this specific platform. Maybe it's Thorin, I don't know. But thank you so much because we enjoy the exposure, we enjoy talking about these people, and I enjoy looking at funny Twitch chats. And On Gamers has I give it a solid 9.5 out of 10 Twitch chat. And shout out to all of you. We're good. Thanks to the fans. Really, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, it's when I study all day and then I get to come down and wind down by talking to these motherfuckers. So it's really nice.
Jackson, Kelsey.
Yeah, same. Shout out to everybody watching, and I also had a lot of really surprisingly supportive comments after my Summoning Inside episode, so I'm very happy about that. Shout out to Deficio again. I can't emphasize enough. I really appreciate them actually reaching out and trying to expand their knowledge this time around. Also, shout out to our two female panelists here, who I assume just have been getting the worst Twitter messages of all time because of China's only getting second and not completely smashing, which is just what the fuck, you guys are so dumb, how could you be Chinese fans, these guys are shit. And then since we're on the topic of Twitter,
Oh god.
shout out to my Twitter handle actually being wrong on the show when I'm on the brink of getting 4-digit followers. That's really helpful.
What? Did I do it wrong?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's EHS Drexen instead of ESH Drexen.
Oh.
So,
I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic.
killing dreams here for me, but that's okay.
Please go follow Jackson on Twitter right now. He has some great one-liners.
Hopefully not at the address that is.
At ESH Drexen, DREXXIN. Okay, Kelsey, and then
Shout out to
Reasoning.
slow mode, by the way. Neela, you're a horrible mod. I want the chat to be free. I want a real chat experience. No more slow mode from the next show. We're taking off slow mode. My chat will be free. We're breaking out of jail. Darude, break out of jail, Storm boys. Let's go.
Shout out to Odd Gamers and LOL Esports, the sites that I write articles for sometimes. Shout out to Group Stages and yeah. I know.
Okay.
Shout
Reasoning.
out to the guys that made the music for Worlds, dude.
Oh,
That shit's
Imagine
so
Dragons?
good. Oh, no.
Imagine Dragons or
Not even just them, like Preco and the Riot team that did the music for Worlds. It makes it so epic. It really does. It's awesome music. I like it.
Reasoning, shoutouts, closing statements.
Shout out to basically really shout out to everyone here, and especially to Frostcurrent, who basically invited me here on this panel. Oh my god. And yeah, I had a special experience on here. Really glad I'm here, and shout outs to Ungamers and everyone here who is just really contributing, making big contribution to esport, and I just really love that. Regardless of the country, and shout outs to everyone here. Thank you for listening to us. Yeah.
And for closing statements, go Hubo.
My last shout out to my boy, really my boy Sven Skaren. You're the reason why we got through playoffs. Thank you very much.
Wow!
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm gonna give a shout out to Little Susie. I don't know if you guys saw. You mentioned it earlier in the show. You guys saw all of the content that she's been putting out on her Twitter page that has made it to Reddit front page. She's interviewed the gauntlet of professionals, everything from Imp to she had an LPL shoutcaster on there. She's, I think, Shocks. She sat down with a lot of people, and I think what she's doing is bringing a lot of
Amazing.
Yeah, it's bringing a lot of global narrative to Worlds, especially as, you know, most of our content is coming in from the LCS, so it is a little bit more geared towards North America and EU. So the fact that we're getting such a wide spectrum of storylines is fantastic, and she is doing a great job on that front. Otherwise, huge thank you to On Gamers, yeah, of course, giving us this this platform and allowing these smaller regions to grow. Thank you so much, Reasony, for accepting my invite to come onto the show and to talk about GPL, and to talk about China too, because we love China here. At least I think some of us do. Otherwise,
I don't know anymore, EDG.
And rip EDG. No, okay, wave guys, because we're gonna stop it.
Bye, fans.